What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another blessed day in the Summoners War community. Woo! Well, I think you all know why I'm smiling right now. We got pretty darn lucky, to say the least, here, but let me give you all a little feel for what happened this last week. So you guys already probably saw it, right? That Transcendent Summon, the Christmas pack that we did last week. Some of the guys in the chat, in the Twitch chat or in the comments, they were like, "Man, what's up with this bro? He done pulled this new Samantha, it's a new unit. I got dupe options. Like, what's the matter? Why isn't he like grateful?" I am grateful, but as you guys know, I wasn't really focused on arena, right? I wasn't really pushing hard for arena, so I've been really focused on PvP, like Guild War and Siege, but more importantly RTA since the last season, right? And well, funny enough, this morning, I'm sitting here watching my son. Wife's in bed, just chilling. Woke up, turned the Summoners War on, did the daily summon, like, oh, look at that. We got a little mystical scroll. Let's go ahead and pop it one time. And it's funny because, when you guys are sitting where I'm at right now, you got the Splendid Blessing of Summon, ready to go. We constantly look for that skip, right, to see if it's going to pop or whatnot. And I'm thinking, okay, it's not going to come or whatever. But I look down, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. No skip. So we actually got a net 5. And my choices, I actually did the cover up. I did the cover up. Don't ask me why, but I actually did the cover up. I did the cover up. And on the right side was affiliate. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I already got 2 affiliates. So I'm like, I did the peak. And then as you guys can see, we got another new Nat 5 by the name of Miss Praha here. So we are pretty darn hyped because, kind of like I was saying in that last one, it's like I finally got a unit that I can find that it's going to be providing a lot of value here. So, I mean, we don't really need to go through it. We got strips, we got heals, we got resistance lead. We got a way of increasing attack bar manipulation for her to cycle her skills. And when you want to throw into this pair set, we can provide a little bit of RNG for whatever team we use. So in today's video, we're just going to do just a quick showcase of where I'm at right now. Kind of the things that I'm looking to do now that I just, literally got, a unit that's, super strong in so many aspects of the game. Well, I feel like it's a really good unit anyway. And I want to talk about a couple of random things that might be floating your way, as well as answer one of the questions that we got from channel 138. I think I'm still in it. Mind you, I hop back into here. Bye, madam. I don't even know who they're talking about. But channel 138 was the channel that I was in at 7 o'clock in the morning, popping that scroll. And they threw a good comment or a question about something. And we'll go ahead and get that answered in this video. Okay, so first up, as far as the Praha right now, with me pulling Samantha and a couple of other units that I already have, like the Ethna, the Ios, I already have a lot of units that are that I'm contested units that I use for that have my better Despair sets here. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get her on a Despair Nemesis set or a Despair Will set. We got her on a double Nemesis Will for now. I haven't even ran her through swap here, but for the time being, that's what we're gonna do. When it comes to Despair Nemesis here, I don't think double Nemesis Will, I like the combo, but I think this is one that I'm gonna find myself more often not trying to go with a little bit heavier HP. When I think about some of the Lucians out there that could be going in our team, if my arena defense seems to be Lucianable, so to speak, having a defensive rune, which is what I'm kind of rocking right now, speed, HP, defense, is not going to be good versus a very strong Lucian here. So I'm going to have to mix it up here, see if I can get some more HP. I want to try to push into the 35k, maybe like, plus 23,000 or something like that before all the HP leads come into play. But, for right now, like I said, I didn't strip anybody. And so for me to, grab random runes, throw it on it and do good, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, I think it's going to be in a pretty good place here. We did get it skilled up. As you guys know, I made a comment in our last streams, if you guys watched that. I did not skill up Samantha because, like I said before, Samantha is great. But for what I use it for, which is essentially the speed lead, the the Rageful Revenge, right? Rageful Return, that's what I'm going for. I'm not like, I'm just throwing it in there for now because I'm not like being competitive arena. But now when we pull Praha, now we got some options for possibly competitive arena, right? If we really want to like do Rush Hour and switch it up here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show just the arena defense right now. We're going to talk about arena offense, and then I'm going to basically argue against myself as to why prioritizing or trying to fix this essentially is almost a waste of our time here. So I know this video is not really making too much sense right now, but hopefully it will at the end of the thing. So as you guys know, we pulled the 2 units on the left, and we've always had Kumar. With these 3 units, I think that they're just really, really strong units. I think they do exceptionally well with the arena defense, and considering all the changes, especially that Kumar has gone through, first skill strip, AoE silence, we really got a chance to do some damage here after Praha, strips, and we got, obviously we got the Samantha to reset, and also the Kumar, like I said, to put silence here. So for the +1 options, I was thinking about a couple of different things here. As of right now, I was thinking about things that either provide, just provide more RNG, because that's really how that's really the only way I can win, right? I was thinking about playing around with an Iris. I did not want to mess around with the Virad. Oh yeah, that's the one. I didn't want to mess around with the Virad because I don't think I'm going to be able to speed tune it. But I was thinking about different types of bruisers that I can throw that way. Possibly units that I already have roomed up, something like this one right here. And I think the last one that I was thinking about, possibly if I rune it correctly, would be something like a Tableau. Tableau doesn't really make too much sense right now, but for example, if I when we think about the AI of Praha, right? Praha is never going to heal unless her, herself or her allies are going to be low. So, right, 50% chance for her to use the strip. So my thought process was, if we throw Praha in this situation here, we do the strip or attempt to do the strip. Tableau goes, and then basically everybody goes next. We got Samantha follow through with the with the second skill with the reset. We got Kumar to do the silence. And then, of course, we have we have Tableau kind of down right now for the count because he has that stun. But it could be another option to do it. Considering how Tableau's mechanic works, I was also thinking, since Iris is actually built a little bit well, a little bit better, running at 33% speed with Iris puts me at a competitive range, considering where my runes are at, for maybe like C3, G1, possibly. So, another thought process was here is, Iris is probably gonna, with a passive, 50% chance to do it. If she derps, it's okay. Right? If she derps, it's okay, because if we use Tableau to recycle, we get another chance for her to use her skill, do the strips, have the reset, combined with the silence. We probably could put them in a situation that would, possibly allow them to, mess up or some kind of RNG on my side that would allow them to mess it up here. But again, it is 3 out of the 4 units are fire, and so Lucians are going to eat this up. And when I think about some of the strongest speed-based Lucian comps out there, they're easily going to spend, they're easily going to push me off. They're going to be able to take this out no problem, right? So this kind of gets to kind of my thought process when it comes to this, when it comes to arena defense, is that this is probably one of the most asked questions from the mid-game players, the mid-game community, when it comes to PvP. They get into the arena, they start focusing on the offensive side, and they see these high ranks, they see the rewards that you get their high ranks. They're like, okay, what do I got to do to get this high rank? What can I do? Take a look at my box, see if you can fix it. Optimize my account so I can have a strong, arena finish here. And the fact of the matter is, the reality is that if you are not, and this is the same thing we've said so many times, every single YouTuber says so much time, if you do not prioritize your runes to the certain aspect of the game that you're looking to get done, you will never see the true value of where your account can go. And I'm going to use myself as an example. I've done a lot of account, rune cleanups, account optimization for people, all the way up until probably the end of mid 2016 and pushing into 2017. So, during that time, there was a lot of things we could do, and a lot of people came at me and said, hey, this is what we got, this is our options. And they're like, well, I got to do this, I got to do that, and I'm trying to work on this TB10, and I don't have any will runes. My arena, my guild leader says I got to get will runes. So they're trying to do 14,000 things under the sun, and it just comes down to, again, like, what is your priority? What are you working on? Where are you at with progression, first off? And then after the progression's all done, when it comes to PvP, what do you really want to work on? And the cool thing about it is we got so many different options between Arena, RTA, Siege, Guild Wars, that basically allows you to essentially make a choice and see what you want to do. And kind of pushing back to myself, flipping this story back to myself, season 7, I had the help to kind of reorganize my account a little bit. And I was essentially allowed to see the light because I was so fixated on, I want to improve these specific units because these are my strongest units in my account versus let me focus on RTA or let me focus on Guild Wars, let me focus on Siege and figure out what are the best kind of combinations I can do thinking about Guild Wars, thinking about Siege with regards to the units that I have, because that's what it comes down to, right? We got a lot of different units and some of them are great, but some people really don't know how good they can shine until you really prioritize the rune quality here. So even something like this right now, I don't see this, maybe for Arena, Rush Hour. I never do Rush Hour, but if I were to, this could be an option, right? We got Speedy, we got Heals, we have Soft CC, we got the Silence, we got the Defense Break, we got a lot of things that we're looking for. And I think this could potentially do well here. So maybe this is something I'll play around with. For some of you guys that do know my monster box, or you can check Swar Farm. I got this Swar Farm available, ready to go. Except with Praha. Sorry, I don't have Praha yet. Just bear with me on that, okay? Let me know what you're thinking, because honestly, there's certain units that I already have runed up relatively well that would work good, and they work already for RTA. So this might be something that could potentially work, given the fact of what I currently have available. Now, getting back to another topic with relation to Arena, back in the day, for those of you guys that haven't been around for the longest time, back before, immunity runes and everything were super OP, Vertihill was a go-to unit for Arena speed defenses, right? And so if you were one of those people that spend day in and day out in GB10, and you got yourself a pretty fast Vertihill. Okay, by the way, don't look at my rune quality. I don't even know why I clicked on mine. Like, I'm trying to flex right now. Like, don't look at it, okay? I ain't trying to I did embarrass myself. Whatever. Just get to the point here. So, the Vertihill, the thing about it, something that really nobody's talking about, and I'm going to tell you why they're not talking about it, is this recent change, right? The recent change with this ability, Noble Agreement, gives us 2 strong blows, right? So it used to be 1, now it's 2. And as you can see, I didn't even skill up mine because I'm stupid like that. I need to go ahead and get that. You know what? No, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to do it later. This, you know how it goes. We talk about like a 5-minute concept for a video, and then it turns into 22 minutes. It's probably going to be that long. But either way, Vertihill. The mechanic behind his passive, first skill versus second skill, we never maxed out the second skill because we didn't want him to have more opportunities to do it, but now he has a second skill. So the question gets thrown at you, now that this essentially is a non-derping unit, is this unit a viable arena defense monster yet again? Can this be something that can be utilized in arena defense and, given the fact that it has been changed? My argument, and again, we got to get controversial here. My argument is no. I'm going to say that for any of you guys that are like, oh, you know what? You're right. We got this Vertihill. He's never going to derp. Way better than Orion, or maybe I don't have, like a Tiana or Triton. Is the Vertihill a viable option? I'm going to say no. And the reason why is that outside of the attack bar manipulation, to give yourself the first turn, you basically lose out on essentially the rolls. Like, outside of the attack bar manipulation, he has damage, and that's it. No utility between the first skill and the second skill. First skill, yes, you can recover a little bit of HP, but obviously we're not really paying attention to that. So, and this is something that we pointed out so many times in various educating dominates and whatnot. When it comes to arena defense or anything that we're looking at, arena defense, RTA, siege, whatever, anything with PvP, we're looking at roles that the units play more so than the actual units, right? We're looking at what can they provide for your team, what you can bring to allow you to synergize and just provide so many different mechanics to best your opponent here. So Vertihill, you could throw him on a swift revenge set, be super fast, get the first turn, but that's it. You're going to need, if you're trying to go first turn and want to bring in like a Samantha, you're going to need another unit to take one of the 4 spots to be a stripper. And if you if you don't have after the stripper, you're gonna bring in what a galleon, which could potentially derp, and then or bring in two other units out there that could potentially CC to try to control. You lose. Vertigo is one of those units where I was like, man, I was getting kind of excited about it, but he really doesn't provide. Sorry, Rage Star, congratulations, you just made it in the video. He doesn't provide any outside bonus. Outside of the attack manipulation. However, I do want to point this out, and I want to throw it out there because I think this is something that may possibly become meta. Now, when we think about Vertigo, and correction, I don't say meta. Like, this is something that people do use. You don't see it all too much, but I think it's nice. When you think about it, Vertigo, I still think to this day, considering how many CC crazy comps or AoE comps that people utilize, I still think Vertigo is a really, really good counter to some of those AoE comps in like RTA per se. You really don't see it too much in like Guild Wars or Siege because again you're limited on spaces, so you don't have a lot of utility to work with. But with the RTA, depending on what the opponent lays out, you can find a little bit of value in it. And so even though you don't gain any additional value from the passive per se, you still do have a skill that's going to go down to a 2-turn cooldown, provided 30% critical rate bonus, and allow you to do a little bit more damage down the road, especially if you go with like a triple revenge super speedy set that you want to take advantage of if you're not going for like first turn and want to use them for like swift revenge or something like that. Getting back to what we were talking about earlier from channel 138, we had a question from one of our followers that was asking, what is your honest opinion? And this again, skip this part if you need to, because this is something that you hear all the time with regards to this recent change in Molong. What are my honest thoughts on everything that happened with Molong? So Molong, when it comes to Molong here, the argument that I made was simply with what we were talking about earlier. Earlier we were talking about the strongest units out there in the game are determined by a couple of things, right? The abilities that they provide and also the roles that they play. While some units have certain abilities that are super strong, you'll see more often than not certain units that have multiple roles that basically allow you to take advantage of it because it's so versatile, so to speak. So when we think about a lot of the if you look at the collection box, and we're not going to go through anything specific right, but most snap 5s in the neutral element categories, you're going to see them have 2 at the minimum, possibly 3 roles for the majority of them, right? When we think about, let's talk about Tsarin. Tsarin, we have we have a defense break, we have the passive oblivion, we have the resistance lead, right? If we look at something like, what do you want to say? Something like a Vanessa, right? Vanessa's going to have the speed lead, it's going to have the defense break, and it's going to have the passive revive. Super strong. Very, very nice, right? But when we think about Molong, he has the defense break. We don't even need to show it, right? We have the defense break. We have the strip. We have the stun. We have the burst damage that ignores defense for any element. And if those 4 abilities weren't enough here, let's go ahead and top it off with a HP lead. So again, for those of you guys that are out there, I don't look the other way if you guys decide to strip your Molong because he's just not reliable. I get that he's not as good as he has, but to say that he is like unusable, I think that's a little out of left field there, right? I think it's still usable, but it's just not as crazy OP as it used to be. Because again, like I said, if we want to count HP leader as a role, because essentially it provides the value, a little bit extra value for its being able to stay alive, but also for its third skill, right? I mean, essentially 4 different roles, and then of course that HP lead. So it's a pretty, it was a pretty strong unit. Now, that being said, one of the things that I really, really wanted to see was I wanted to see this unit. I wanted to see this ability change, right? This is the one thing that it basically got, it got hit with the nerf bat, right? But it obviously affected any unit that provided. And this is no surprise, right? Tian Lang got hit. Tian Lang, I am so sorry for all the Tian Lang users out there. But honestly, if I had, my thought process is if I had to make a change, right, I would take this skill and turn it from Dragon Stance to Water's Dragon Stance and essentially keep the same thing if that's what Comptos wants to do. But I would basically put this skill and make it like light dragon dance, turn it into light dragon dance, and then I would basically give the original dragon dance ability, the multi-hit with the chance of stunning and stripping. I would put that back to Tian Lang to provide him a little bit more value, because again, this passive is super strong, but this passive is predictable. If you throw him in on a siege defense or a Guild Wars defense, no one's going to run any kind of attack bar manipulation versus a unit that has a passive that counters it, right? So outside of RTA, there's really no value into it. This unit really got hit hard, and I hope that they consider doing something like this, like where they go light dragon stance, make the original one, and then give, if you want to keep Molongs there, keep Molongs, it's whatever. But that's where I'm kind of at with that, guys. Again, if you guys are watching this and you don't mind taking a few seconds to put a comment in the comment section down below, I'm going to be obviously pitching this over to Comptos here. I would like to know, okay, I would like to know your fixes, okay? Now, for those of you Molong users, don't be sitting here like, oh, revert Molong. I'm talking legit, like, argument for what you can do to possibly make Tian Lang what he should be, a strong unit. He's a light and dark Nat 5. He should get a lot of value. And even though some people might be on the negative side and might say, hey, you know what? Well, what's the point? Why even leave a comment? They're not going to change anything. Like, if you guys didn't see the last Monster Balance Pass, if you guys did not see everything that provided, I think we can basically state that now they are really connected with the community, and now they're really trying to use our knowledge, use our insight to try to make this game that much more stronger here. So that's going to be it, guys. I'm super sorry for this long-winded video. Again, everything that I kind of laid out for essentially the original video for today and the few videos to come here all got pushed aside because we got a new Nat 5 and we got to talk about new Nat 5s when we get them, right? So that's going to be it, guys. I will probably do I probably will make a Guild War video probably later today. I'm currently not in the Guild War as of right now, but I mean, again, it's Praha, right? There's nothing exciting about Praha when it comes to Guild War defense Guild War offense and whatnot here. So yeah, probably not gonna do a showcase, but I will do some Guild Wars, have some fun with her, see what we could do. Once we get her roomed up with like a despair set or whatnot here. So that's going to be it, guys. Again, thank you all so much for your support. And if you guys don't think I see you, I definitely do. These last few days, for whatever reason, God bless you all. You've been just watching all the videos, whether you guys are like, you like what I'm providing for you, or it's the holiday spirit and everyone's in town. I have no idea what it is, but I just want to say thank you. All right. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish of ChildishPlays checking out. Take care. And we will see you all in the next one. I'm out.